Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today TV. One of the things we have not seen in a long time in the southern part of Nigeria has always been synergy. The last time we saw a synergy that was in mind blowing, that it's actually surprised a lot of Nigerians, was during the anti grazing policy, of which eventually not all southern governors actually partook. The likes of Governor Ayade, the likes of Governor Hope Uzodinma. I think that should be Imo and Cross River, technically exempted themselves. Even Edo State Governor was not too 100% in the whole issue. So that's to tell you that the synergy wasn't this strong, wasn't still that strong. But right now, it looks like there's another synergy that may be coming up. We do not know what it will look like, but it looks like it's going to be something nice. But before we go into the news proper, I'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the Yoruba social political group Afenifere has said it was not desperate to have a Yoruba man as Nigerian's president in 2023. The group said it would rather favor a president that emerges from any part of the South. The group's position was in contrast with that of Yoruba Council of Elders, which said it supported a president of Yoruba extraction. The two leading Yoruba groups made their positions known during separate interviews on Friday, following consultations being made by some All Progressive Congress governors. Some power brokers in the Southwest under the development agenda for Western Nigeria had met in Ibadan, Oyo State, recently under the aegis of Next Level Consolidation Forum to ensure that Southwest produced Nigeria's next president in 2023. They had insisted that presidential power must come to Southwest in 2023, and the acceptable person that the Yoruba would present for the office will be decided as time went on. But in an interview, the National Publicity Secretary of Afenifere, Mr. Jare Ajayi, said, first of all, the presidency in 2023 must shift to the southern part of the country. We insist on that. For whether it should be southeast or south-south or southwest, we want the best person who will do the job, correct all the anomalies that the country is going through, and ensure that Nigeria move forward to where other countries are in the 21st century and beyond. That is the kind of candidates that we are looking forward to. To be specific, when we get close to that time, we will decide. As far as we are concerned in Afenifere, whoever that emerges as president in 2023 will have problem in running the country if Nigeria is not restructured. There must be serious tinkering with the present structure in such a way that it will be pro-people rather than how it is now. There must be restructuring before 2023. The question of where the president will come from is secondary, but the president must come from the southern part of this country. What we are running on the country today is more or less a unitary government which concentrates too much power at the center. So, we are calling for decentralization and genuine commitment to the rule of law and federalism. We are insisting that these must take place before the 2023 elections. Secretary General YCE Dr. Kunle Olajide stated that he would be very delighted if Nigerians decide to elect our kinsman as president in 2023 for a number of reasons. He said, and I quote, "If you look at the landscape of Nigeria without being immodest, Yoruba people appear to be the most liberal and most accommodating in Nigeria. Traditionally, Yoruba culture is that at all times we must do what is right and you must insist on fairness and equity for all." If you ask me, this is one of the most intelligent talks I've ever heard in a very long time. While we talk about zoning, while we talk about presidency coming from a particular region, but one thing is certain, they shouldn't even think of giving it to them. The North has been occupying that seat for a very long time. In in all fairness, if you're looking at equity, if you're looking at fairness, if you're looking at justice, then we should. If you're looking at equal representation, then you should be looking at the southern part, bringing in the next president. But there's something he said that caught my attention. Truly, you can't keep, you know, building on the faulty foundation and expect something different. There's this general saying that you can't keep doing the same thing all the time and expect a different result. We've done this severally. Keep going from bad to worse. So, which means Nigeria is overdue for restructuring. Of course, that's why you're hearing agitation everywhere, because there seems to be enough marginalization, people not represented, and it's not people oriented. It's more of winner wins all. The organ at the top decide, like this issue of delegation, chosen the candidate in a party, which means whatever they choose for the people as flag bearer is what the people will have to vote. But if you allow the people to make their choice, it will shock you, the people, the masses will vote for true election, not the one that is being bought here and there, ballot, rigging and here and there. It won't go well. But there's something he said that caught my attention. I know it also caught yours. Restructuring needs to take place before 2023, because if it doesn't take place before 2023, the person who's at the helm of an affair will not want to restructure, because there's this thing about absolute power corrupting absolutely. But if in a situation where you now decentralize, restructure genuinely, okay, then there will be equal representation of everyone, and let each region take care of themselves. You will understand. We're already heavily indebted. Whoever that must come in must not just really be, oh, somebody from this particular region, but be somebody who is bringing something to the table, who's going to change this. That is the narrative. The narrative is really bad. Honestly, the narrative is terrible. So we need somebody who, painstakingly change the narrative. We are heavily indebted. That cannot be changed, unfortunately. But we can actually endure it, can work around it with the right person. I'm not talking about somebody who come make campaign promises and there's no structure on ground to make that happen. But if you truly restructure, and each region takes what it has comparative advantage over, then we may come out of importation, market, exportation driven economy to exportation driven economy. And when we do that, we can gradually be able to pay our loans, even though it's going to be quite heavy, where the center will just be merely figurehead. Okay, but the real deal is going to be in the regions. Although then we still also need to be very careful on how we elect our governors, who may likely want to use the position of emperor kind of thing. So it's a dicey one, but I feel that as time move on, we need to restructure and also revisit our constitution, so that absolute power will not be rested so much also on the governors on the regional level. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take? Do you agree with the restructuring? But remember, restructuring will give power, so much immense power to the governors.